Did you know that only a spiritual person can bring upliftment to millions of people? It really can, and she can have fun doing this. Here's how it works. Welcome to Mind Belt. Our surrounds the planet and so an atmosphere of consciousness. This global belt of mind consists of thoughts and feelings of everyone on the planet. While thoughts cause the electrical activity within the brain, they originate as non-physical mental energies. Every moment of every day, your mind feels this frequency belt of mind with which you are tuned. Every moment of every day, you change the belt of mind, contributing to the thoughts and feelings that radiate from your consciousness. Most people choose to block the conscious telepathy, but your subconscious mind is fully telepathic, aware of the mental atmosphere in which you exist and feeds this information through the conscious mind. Mental energy. The universe is filled with a wide range of energy at all levels of manifestation. While the science of physics focuses only on physical energy, you need to venture beyond the physical senses to appreciate the metaphysical energies. Mental energy has both yin aspect, as the yang. These are familiar to us as thinking and feeling. They are not opposite, but act as complementary aspects, just as electricity and magnetism act in unison with each other to form the light. When you have an intellectual kind of thinking, he invokes complementary feelings. Similarly, when you have a feeling, he invokes additional thoughts. You probably said, "Hey, I thought of it first." Have you ever had an idea and then saw other people express or use the same idea? You probably said, "Hey, I thought of it first." Well, that's exactly what the mind belt works. It's an atmosphere that you share with all other sentient beings, but you tune in especially with the topics and frequencies of mind that interest you. The belt of mind shared globally is the medium that allows discoveries and inventions occur at the same time by people who are not in physical contact with each other. For example, the discovery of oxygen was not done by a researcher, but for 3 different investigators, in 3 different countries at the same time. The mathematical calculation was another example. He was raised by Newton in England and Leibniz in Germany, while taking years of fun rivalry. You raises the belt of mind. Throughout your life, you contribute to the belt energies of mind and you do your part to make the world what it is today. As a spiritual person, you raise the belt of mind, because the frequency of consciousness centered in the heart is higher than the thoughts around the eye, the average person in the whole face of the globe. At this point, you can imagine how spiritual people, a smaller portion of the current population, can do good in a world affected by both materialism, or even by depressing thought. The answer may surprise you. The Creator shuffled the cards in favor of spiritual evolution. As a spiritual person, its higher frequency thoughts have exponentially more power and influence than the lower frequency thoughts. By definition, at least 80% of the population have an average effect on the belt of mind. You, however, have an advantage in the frequency that enables its influence in the world, much more than you might have realized. Researcher David R. Hawkins has spent years investigating the effects of the entire frequency range of human consciousness and came to a surprising discovery. As a spiritually aware person, the influence of his consciousness is equivalent to hundreds of thousands of statistically average people. This amazing fact presents us with an amazing opportunity to help others and make a very positive difference in the world. The consciousness of a person at the entry level to the spiritual consciousness balances and increases the effect of the thoughts of 800,000 average awareness around the world. Imagine what happens when you go beyond the entry level and works every day in his own spiritual growth. Before you know, you are helping to raise tens of millions of people and making the world a distinctly better place than it would have been without the benefit of his presence. When you raise your consciousness, you exponentially contributes more to the spiritual quality of the global mind. Paradoxically, his greatest service to humanity is to focus on your own spiritual growth. This wonderful level of service to humanity occurs as a direct effect of their awareness of a world that has been so lacking in spiritual conditioning thought. World make a better place. Make a decision to develop their spiritual growth on a daily basis. Choose a time for reflection and spiritual practices every day. Spend this time increasing the frequency of your consciousness, engaging in your own choice of spiritual activities, such as meditation, spiritual studies, reflection, the use of sacred essential oils and energy recharge techniques. Start each day with a spiritual practice is a habit that soon becomes the highlight of every day. The side effect of bringing the rise to millions of others today plays a fundamental purpose of every spiritual person on the planet. We were born to make the world a better place,